Thank you. Give it up for my friend Rebecca, who's been getting picked on all night. I texted all my friends, come to my show, just she comes, and then she gets picked on. That's the thanks I get. So I live in LA, but I'm from the East Coast originally. It's been 3 years since I last wore a polo from Vineyard Vines, so thank you. I definitely still get, oh, you like that? That was a good one. You like that? No laugh. That's a good one. Thank you. I still get cravings, though. Like, every once in a while, I'll be wearing, like, a plain white shirt, and I'll just think, like, ugh, I just want to, like, put a whale on it, you know? Just a little one. I'm Catholic, which is a little bit like having an STD in LA. It gets you the same reaction on a date. You're like, hey, just so you know, I'm Catholic. He's like, ooh. If that hasn't gone away by now, it's never going away. How bad is it? I'm like, just Christmas and Easter. Don't worry, 2 holidays. We'll get through them. When I got to LA, I got a great new group of LA friends, and they all told me I had to start investing. Nope, manifesting. They told me to start manifesting immediately. And I was like, well, I pray a lot. And they were like, no, it's different. It is different. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm going to do for maximum effectiveness is combine them. So now what I do is, you know, at the end of the day, find a nice quiet moment to myself, and I'm like, hey, Jesus, I'm going to get that new job. And then Jesus and I have like a celery juice together, and we're good. We call it a night. That's it. I have 2 great parents. My mom works in finance. My dad is a scientist. They don't support me financially, which is just rude. Right? But my dad claims to be supportive of my stand-up comedy. But anytime I'm at home visiting and just like telling a story at the kitchen table, he'll be like, I don't know about this one. It's a little long. Just skip to the end. I'm like, this isn't a bit. This is just how my day was. He's like giving me one of these. I'll walk in like, hey, what's for dinner? He's like, I just feel like your first line on stage should be more impactful. I'm like, it's not what this is. My parents had me in their 40s, and I would just describe their parenting style on the whole as consistently behind schedule. I wore Velcro shoes until the 8th grade, you guys. The 8th grade. The fact that the shoes had Barney on them did not tip them off whatsoever. The person who finally taught me how to tie my shoes was the school bully. He was like, all right, this is getting embarrassing. This is how you do it. The bunny goes over the tree, and then, yeah. When I was about 15, my mom came to me and was like, Elke, you're a woman now. You know, there's something we need to talk about. And then she taught me how to ride a bike. That was confusing at best, let me tell you. Finally, you know, my senior year of college, my mom found an article in the newspaper entitled, Your Teen Actually Wants You to Talk to Them About Sex. No, they don't. She cut it out, wrote in the, right, funny, yeah, she cut it out of the newspaper, physical newspaper, wrote in the margins, am I too late? And mailed it to me at college. So I got it, and I just wrote, yes, and mailed it back. And that was our birds and the bees talk right there. It was the whole thing. So my boyfriend's name is Chad, which is like great for me as a comic because the jokes just write themselves. He's probably a better feminist than I am, but it does not matter because his name is Chad. And if I could just describe him to you for a second, he's balding at 24. His favorite baseball cap says the Metropolitan Opera. He uses phrases like, well, in my musical theater days. And yet, still, if we walk through a college campus together, inevitably someone asks him if he'd like to rush Theta Chi. I lose him for a second, suddenly he's gone in just like a stray cornhole game. It's just he's 3 rounds in. He was at the mall recently, and I swear to God, his shopping cart was a French cookbook, a lavender-scented candle, and a pastel-colored scarf, and only one of those things was for me. I'll let you decide which one it was. And these mall cops came up to him, and they were like, hey, we've received reports that there's this guy walking around taking pictures up women's skirts. He was like, oh my God, that's terrible. I'll be definitely, be on the lookout. And they were like, great, what's your name? And he was like, Chad. And they were like, you're under arrest. Thank you guys so much. You've been lovely. My name is Elke Thoms.